Welcome back, everybody. This is another episode of Meant to Vent. This is episode number 28, an episode what I like to call What the News. And if you like what you got going, if you like what you see here, man, hit us with a like and subscription. We'd appreciate it. But back to the topics. Once again, I'm back. I'm solo today, but today I'm going to bring you some news topics. And once again, this episode is called What the News. Here we go in What the News. Taylor Swift had to settle a dispute over an album logo. Apparently, she shared the logo of a company that was a clothing line owned by African Americans. And she settled the dispute. She just changed the logo because she was white. What the News? Tom Hanks decided to become a Greek citizen. Interesting because he's been seeing a lot of heat lately. He's got some allegations going against him of some pedophilia allegations. And so he moves to a place where pedophilia isn't illegal. It's considered a mental condition where you can get government funding for your help. That's a little crazy. What do you think? I don't know. But it's What the News. Our president, Mr. Donald Trump, wants to delay the election. People better pay attention to these laws because he's probably going to do it. He's going to try to make himself king. What are you going to do about that when he comes out here with the fake news? He might come off with your heads when he becomes King Trump. Beware, people. What the News? Recently, in an interview on Real London, Don Pena decided to call this younger generation a bunch of snowflakes, saying they can't handle pressure. Can't agree with you there. What the News? People want to know why doctors aren't telling you, why don't you exercise? Why don't you build your immune system? Take your vitamins. Do things outside. Get a little sunshine. No, they're telling you to wash your hands. Wear you know what? And beware of other people. I don't understand it, people, but if you ask me, why don't you exercise, take some vitamins, build up your immune system, get some fresh air because it's good for your body. And that's it for that one. Ellen DeGeneres is under some hot fire. She's being investigated by Warner Media under, I guess, some kind of labor disputes. People aren't getting paid, people are getting treated poorly, and all that such and such. Who the hell is Warner Media? Are they a security system? I mean, a security company? Are they law enforcement? I don't know what they are. I didn't know they had those kind of power. Is they like a super-powered like HR company? I have no idea. Ellen, what's going on? And there's another thing going on with Ellen. She's been feeling all this heat lately. Her and her wife, Portia, whatever their name is, Portia Ferrari, whatever the hell their name is, apparently they got in a big old fight. I don't know if she was drinking, I don't know what happened. They got into a physicality fight. She tried to take her own wife's phone, checked her emails, thinking she like filmed like one of these crazy tirade, outrageous rants she does. And so she saw her phone was cleared and smashed her phone. And I guess it was seen in public. So the video may come out soon. Stay tuned for that one, everybody, because I'll be excited to see it. What the News? A woman recently from Buffalo, New York just recently passed away. Rest in peace. But she wanted her daughter to fulfill one wish. In her obituary, she wanted to make sure that everybody in the Buffalo, New York area would assure her that she wanted to assure her true hatred for the quarterback, Tom Brady. And that was another What the News. What the News? It's still crazy hot here in Michigan. Not that anybody cares. So, I'll continue. What the News? They say there's a coin shortage. They say banks and stores are requesting your change because there's not enough coins or something like that. Keep your money, people. It could be a scheme. So pay attention, people, because they're out there to get your money. And they're getting it. And they don't even got to stand on corners with cups or buckets or hats. In sports news, they're using cardboard cutouts for sport fans in baseball games. It was kind of weird. I felt like watching those cardboard cutout ducks at the carnival. I wanted to throw balls at both of them because, well, baseball's kind of boring. That's why they want to make the game shorter, people. It's not just me. So, sorry if I offended you watching America's pastime sport. That thing passed just way too much time. So if you're offended, I apologize. I like sports, but baseball needs to change a little bit. It's been the same game for over 100 years. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What the News? Schools might not open this year. Well, parents, I'm waiting for ideas. I'll figure out a way to get rid of your kids for about 8 hours. I'll be over here waiting. Hit me at the Real Heim 1 on Instagram for ideas, because I'll need your help. What the news? There's a new Bill and Ted movie coming out. Man, I hope it doesn't suck, because this movie's highly anticipated. The only problem is both actors are really old, and Keanu can only be John Wick. He was even John Wick in A Love Story. What the news? There was a new Snoop Dogg and DMX rap battle. It wasn't really a rap battle, they just performed karaoke of their greatest hits. You'd think if they were millionaires, they could afford to keep their instrumentals. I don't know about you, but I go on in YouTube all the time, and there's instrumentals of every damn song. Why couldn't y'all take it off there? I don't know what's going on. Y'all are paid. Should have happened. It was like karaoke. It was still awesome, but it was like awesome karaoke. That's all I got to say about that. I prefer a live performance. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. It was kind of weird. Like, did you guys, because you're old, you didn't forget the words? It kind of happened a couple times. I seen it. Seen you guys getting cramps and shit like that. It was crazy. I seen it, but it was still entertaining at the same time. What the news? There's one of the biggest sex trafficking scandals going on across the country, across the world. It's going global, but yet we got to worry about washing our hands instead of paying attention to this. What the news? Our local governor is trying to shut down bars and restaurants and just keep the casinos open and stupid shit like that. What's going on with this? Is it me, or does it seem like she keeps getting another leather jacket every time she speaks? I don't know what's going on. It's like the state's allowed to make money, but the people ain't allowed to make money. That's kind of messed up. What do you think? What the news? Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that What to News segment. It was something I wanted to try, a little new. I was just having fun. I was reading a bunch of stuff online and kind of got twisted up in a little rabbit hole and just thought I would just share some of those topics and have fun with them at the same time. So, hope you guys liked them. Anyways, I was talking with my lady about some things, and we were just talking around, just bullshitting, you know, just talking some stuff and talking about nothing but having fun, having fun doing it, you know. It's a good thing, good quality to have when you can do that stuff, you know. So anyways, we were wondering, like, in history times, like, did they have real, like, blind dating? Or was, like, the arranged marriages, like, their form of blind dating? Like, the kingdoms. But I don't think it would be blind dating myself, because they kind of know who the kingdom's daughter or the other person's daughter is. If you ask me, I think they already know who it is. So that's not really like a blind date. But I wonder if they did have forms of it. You know, like you see some of the historical things, how, or like in some other places of the world where women are covered and whatnot like that. Like I wonder if there was certain things like that in other cultures. So I would have to look it up. You know, we were just talking about it without looking it up. We were just rambling on, like I said, talking about nothing and having fun doing it. So I was just having fun with it. You know, I was just wondering how it goes, you know. Or what about like, maybe it was like when they used to have those like masquerade parties and you'd have to wear those things in your eyes and like them bird heads and whatnot. Maybe those was like blind dates in historical times. Now it's some weird eyes wide shut shit. You know, some stuff I don't want to fuck with. But I'm just saying back then it was probably, you know, the way they did blind dates. You never know. So another thing I was talking about was like old, like classic ghost stories you used to hear when you was a kid. Like, I don't know which ones you have, but back in the day there was a bunch of classic ones that, like, I don't know, probably everybody had them. They probably went everywhere because they got like changed over time and added some of this and added some of that, probably in different states and cities and whatnot. But I remember this one, like, there used to be about the golden arm. And people used to trip out. And I forget kind of the whole plot of the story a little bit now, but it used to creep me out as a kid. Like, the person moved into a house or something, and they started hearing some shit around the house and all these noises, and this ghost or spirit kept coming back for his golden arm. It was some old rich guy who, like, passed away in this house, and these other people bought it. And they started hearing these little noises at first. It started getting worse. Then they started hearing him asking for his golden arm. And then, like, towards the end of the story, you would make a jump scenario, like, to pow, and it just, like, mess everybody's world all the way up. Those were, like, awesome stories like that. And another one we grew up with, they actually made a movie with, La Llorona. And, dude, I heard, like, different versions of it. They used to tell me, like, if you was swimming in the pool and she'd come up, they would say you, like, have to go, like, my cousins was messing with me and shit, like, you got to hold your head underwater till she passed by. And, like, how do you know she passed by if you don't see her? Like, what the hell? So you're going to sit there and drown? Like, what the fuck? She wins. She wins then. You lose. So I didn't understand that shit, but it used to freak me out at the same time. And so that was like some old classic stories that I could remember back in the day. So, like I said before in a previous episode, I've been having fun with this show called Alone. And I watched season 6 because of the guy that was on Rogan. And kind of, I wanted to see it, but then I enjoyed it, so I had to start from the beginning. And now I'm hitting on season 2. So I'm happy that the producers learned the lesson from season 1, because these guys didn't seem like they knew what they were doing on season 1 that much. They seemed like they were lacking a lot of stuff, a lot of skills, I thought. So when I saw season 2 start, they got them working with actual survival experts now. Like, like I said before, so now they got like an audition for it, like American Idol. Like, I wish they would show those episodes. Like, they only show you like all the people showing up, but I wish they had like those shitty American Idol auditions. Like, those were my favorite of the show. Like, when people come up and they had those American Idol ears, thinking it was like this Frank Sinatra, and they was like there was no Frank Sinatra at all. It was like, get the hell out. Like, I don't know what you was thinking your name was. You know what I'm saying? It was more like Fred Sanford or something. It was just bad. You just guys wasn't good. It was just my favorite part of the show until the real singers got weeded out and whatnot. But that's what this was like. They was with these, experienced survival trained experts to see how these guys were, and I wish we could have saw like the bad people, like the ones that just that didn't make the cut. That's what I wanted to see, and they was kind of left it out. Maybe they'll put it in at the end, or if they see this, maybe they'll try to add it in, because I think that would be entertaining to watch the ones that sucked at it really bad. Because the season ones that the guys that they picked, they weren't that good myself. I thought they sucked, so I would have liked to see the ones that was worse than them. And then when season 2 starts, they bring the guys out that got eliminated. Like, well, before the end of season 1, they brought the guys back that they got eliminated first. You know what I'm saying? So they're sitting at the fire while these guys are getting close to the last 2 or whatnot. And these guys are acting all tough, and they're the ones that quit first. Especially the guy that quit first. He was the one that quit first. My man was scared at night, crying. Like, I thought he was going to cry a couple times. I don't even know if he did. I think he did. And he was like this big police officer guy, whatever. And he showed up at the part where they were at the fire talking about the guys that are still making it, that are still in, that didn't wuss out. And he's got a bandana on, trying to be all tough. He's got his shit all down low and shit. I'm like, you're a police officer, man. You're a man of the law. You ain't no gangster. Come on now, you quit first. So anyways, either way, you quit first, no matter what you think. But anyways, we got a local guy in season 2. I guess he's like from the downriver area in Michigan, which we call the downriver area. A lot of people talk shit about that, but yeah, that's what we call it around here, the downriver area. And he's from a city called Riverview. And so it's kind of neat. We got a guy from here and representing. So hopefully he can make it. He looks kind of like a pretty boy, if you ask me. If you see me around, I apologize, but you kind of did. You look like super clean for a guy with a beard and long hair. Like, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But it's pretty interesting. These guys are they got a little bit more skills. So this season 2 is pretty different. I like it, so I'm going to keep going with it. And I recommend y'all check it out. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Speaking of like stuff that you watch, I remember that everybody's seen that Avatar movie by now. And that movie was pretty cool, man. You had fun with it. I seen it in 3D when it came out. It was a blast. They were like all the effects of the movie. Sometimes I can't help it when it's on TV, because when everybody's got them bomb TVs now, it's like Avatar comes on, you just get stuck because of that planet with all them lights and all that shit going on, all the colors in there, and you just can't. You almost got to get stuck for a few minutes watching Avatar. Or if you pass by like National Geographic, it's gonna lock your TV up too, like all them high def kind of shit. But back to Avatar. I want to know all them CG guys, like all them guys that create these characters, man. There's some creative ass dudes. Not only got to make languages, they got to make ways to like control things. So when they were playing around, there's a blooper reel somewhere, because you got to use your ponytail to like control the animals and connect to animals and shit like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just I'm gonna take it to the gutter. I don't care. I'm going there. But there's some blooper reels where one man was like, check this out, because they had the CGI equipment, because they did it with the Ninja Turtles. They did the new Ninja Turtle movie, and there's some footage out there you guys can look up where my man made like the Ninja Turtles having giant schlongs and shit. Like, yeah, I went there. You got to check it out. It's pretty funny. So I think that there's guys that did Avatar did the same thing. So there's some videos floating around, and y'all guys that can find all that shit, put it out there, because that's out there, and people need to laugh their asses off with that, because I guarantee you it exists. It's got to exist. It's got to exist. So yeah, that was a little bit on, I gave you guys a little bit of what the news, gave you guys a little bit of stuff I was watching, some crazy, little bit of some ghost story legends or folk tales that gone through the time. But everybody's been waiting. I don't know about everybody, but I know I have been. I don't know about you guys, but sports have been kind of gradually coming back, and I'm real excited about it. I'm not excited about this whole fan situation like I spoke on earlier and what the news, but I think eventually we'll get back to the fans. I hope so because this is like, man, this is kind of tough, man. I miss hearing the crowds and kind of takes away from when you see bad calls and whatnot. Although I did get a little breath of fresh air when they had that bench brawl over there and that last game the other day. I know y'all saw it. Look it up, y'all. It's awesome. They fucking went off on the fake. It didn't even look like the guy hit him. Y'all seen it. Y'all were there. He just gave a guy a bad look, and it went crazy. It almost felt like original baseball for a minute, but it really wasn't, But, man, I can't wait because if the fans was there, the noise, the crowd. I miss all that stuff, man. Even through the TV and when they're there live. I love all that kind of shit, and I can't wait for it to get back. So the NBA is about to start tonight. I mean, I don't know if this episode's going to be out tonight, but the NBA starts tonight. Lakers and Clippers, y'all. And I know you guys heard about Lou Williams last week or whatever. I guess he said he had to go to a funeral. And ended up seeing in a rapper's social media at a strip club. He was hanging out at a strip club, but he was supposed to be at a funeral. But these guys are supposed to be isolated in the bubble. I spoke of the bubble at Disneyland and all that kind of stuff. Everybody trying to get to Disneyland. Y'all can't go right now, but we want to go. And so Mickey Mouse said no. It's time for the basketball players up in there. He's hiding Minnie somewhere because they're hungry for women right now. All the Daffy Duck's hiding his lady. All them guys are hiding their ladies right now. It's because it's getting crazy over there. Everybody knows it. I'm just kidding. So, anyways, he got caught, supposedly on this guy's Instagram or whatever, hanging out at a strip club. And he said because the food was fabulous. He was like, man, the wings are really good. They even named them after me. So at a gentleman's club, they named these wings after him. And I thought it was crazy, because my days, we didn't always have food. I mean, they had food there, but you didn't want to eat it. So I've been hearing different stories and looking things up, and I guess they got a lot of phenomenal food at these gentlemen's club places. And some of these guys are, like, recommending. They were calling radio stations I listen to, recommending stuff. Like, you got to try this and that and try this. I'm saying these guys got the best this. And I was like, man, that's really crazy. So he said he went there just for the food, which, whatever, man. I don't know what's going on. But I think he was just going out to get some booty, if you ask me. He was trying to get out the bubble to get some bubble. Licious. Of some sort. But anyways, I'm glad NBA's back. Let's hope we can do what we got to do and get the fucking fans back because I need some screaming. I need some cheering. I need the referees getting... If you're not going to let us hear everybody on the court, you're going to pump that fake crowd noise. You got to let us hear the players. And I know it's only going to be... If it's only going to be temporary, let us hear the cussing. Let us hear all that, man, because that'll give us, like, some good stuff that we don't always see. We go and listen to Mic'd Up, and that's even edited out in the NFL. And I can't wait for football, y'all. Football. I'm ready for football like crazy. Everybody's probably waiting for football too. But NBA's starting. Let's go. Let's get it. I'm ready. Everybody obey whatever. Let's do what we got to do, and let's fucking get this shit so we can get fans back and start cheering and spilling beers and throwing beers at another Artest-type player and all that kind of stuff, and let's get going. And all the general managers of my Detroit teams need to step it up and get back to my teams, get them back up, because my teams have not been that good. I still enjoy sports, but my teams have not been that good. They're still my teams, but it's been tough being a hometown fan. The only thing really keeping me the hometown fan is, like, I think our uniforms are awesome. Because, the product hasn't been that good. I got to be honest. And I'm a big-time homer, yo. You see me right now. I'm wearing some Red Wings shit. But we aren't that good. The Tigers right now, they got a 60-game season, which could be a break for them. But for a long time, they aren't that good. A lot of baseball players get old, and they still keep them around, and it's like, they're not that good. And the Lions, for a long time, everybody knows. History, they make jokes about us. We made Saturday Night Live. We made movies. We made shows on Netflix where they made jokes on how bad the Lions were. They won when it wasn't a Super Bowl. It was like a championship in, like, the 50s. Like, when the 57 Chevy was cool is when the Lions won last. It's tough, man, but I'm a home team. I'm still the fan. But I know the truth, too, at the same time. We got dope-ass uniforms, and that's keeping me a homer. But I know we're due. I always say it every year. That's what we do as a hometown fan in Detroit. Like, when you're a Lions fan, we're like, we are due. Like, every time before the season, we got all this high hopes because the team looks good or there was some highlight that came out. This guy just did this. Yeah, but let's see what he does with a real defender. He did it against another Lion. He did it against another Lion in practice. Not only was it another Lion, it was a practice squad Lion. And lately, our team players have not been that good. And I got to keep it real. Y'all can't deny that. he did a good ass move that we saw on YouTube against another practice squad Lion. Not just a regular. It wasn't a starter. It was a practice squad Lion, and he did good. So don't be fooled. Don't drink the Kool-Aid that quick. Just do little shots or take little sips. Take little sips because he's fast or something. That's about it. Or see if his hands are good. But other than that, I mean, he did it against another Lion. So they gotta earn it, man. I've been waiting. And if our city ever gets a Super Bowl, man, I think it would be bananas. Y'all would have thought there was another movement going on. Because it would be, I don't know if our city would be left. I don't know if there would be any of the new city left. I don't know if the buildings are fireproof or not, because I'm kind of worried that the city would burn down. I think people will party so hard, they would have to shut the city down because of the Lions won. Like, our governor would have to be like, hey, the Lions just are about 40 seconds from winning. Everything is closed because we were going to go crazy. Or everything is free so we don't just go crazy and loot. Just like all the stores just put a bunch of shit outside. Just avoid it if the Lions win. If you hear the Lions about to win, just start putting shit outside. Because we are going to go bananas in Detroit. And then people know it. You will not deny that shit. I mean, just start throwing stuff outside. Lawnmowers, TVs, like a lot of TVs. A lot of TVs. And headphones. But more TVs. Like, I'm telling you, man, because they're coming for your TVs. Mostly they're coming for TVs. So, if we win and you see us about to win, if we're up by 9 touchdowns with 40 seconds to go, we're definitely going to win that game. But if we're only up by 11 with 40 seconds to go, we might lose that game. So you got to wait till we know for sure. The governor's got to have the phone call right there ready to interrupt your fucking TV broadcasting and piss you off even more. She's going to be like, if the Lions win, everything is closed in 40 seconds, she said. Regardless of all them timeouts, because the 40 seconds in a football game will be another 15, 20 minutes. So she'll be like, she knows she's got that window to get everybody outside and warn all the stores. She'll be like, look, everything is closed at the end of this game, and everybody's going to be going crazy in Detroit. I mean, crazy. Close cities by, beware. I don't even know. All the cities here are all going to go crazy. Because it's been never time. It's been a long time for a championship, but it's been a long time, period. So it would be crazy. Like I said, you would think another crazy movement was going on. Some riots was going on and shit. What's going on here? The Lions won. It would be crazy. They might send in military over here because it'll just get bananas out here. And that would be some new What the News shit. They'd be like, the Lions won for the first time ever on What the News. People be fainting. People be fainting. I'm telling you. Guys that are alive that still see it, all the old people that still see it are going to be dropping, grabbing themselves holy crap, they never think they would ever see it. And they'll be like, I remember when so-and-so was a playing still and la la la, and then he'd be like, damn, somebody help me get up. I think I crapped myself. The Lions won. And I'd be like, my bad, dude, but we did it. I would help him up. I don't care because the Lions won. It would be crazy, and y'all know it. If the Tigers won, it'd be like, okay, the Tigers won. Yay. And then it'd be kind of cool, but it wouldn't be nowhere as close if the Lions won. The Red Wings won, it'd be awesome, but they did it a lot. They've been in the playoffs for almost 30 years in a row. They just took this little break. You know what I'm saying? But the Pistons and the Lions, the Pistons did all right for a little bit, and then they're starting to fall off. But shoot, man, if the Lions, NFL is the king sport here. Our football, not soccer over there. Football here. This is the holy grail of sports. It would bring down the house over here, man. I think it would go crazy here. And I think it would last a month or so. It'd last longer than a earlier shutdown, I think. It'd be so crazy. It'd probably last till the season starts. You'd have to roadblocks everywhere, so people would get to work. And people get to work all hungover from partying every day because they just saw something they've never seen before. Something I've only seen on my PlayStation. I won a Super Bowl on my PlayStation with the Lions, and they even say it for the first time ever. And you almost are wiping a tear away. Damn, it's kind of cool to hear that, but it'd be nice to do it in real life. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if you did, hit us with a like and subscription, man. We'd appreciate it. We drop once a week, and this has been another episode of Meant to Vent. See ya!